SFLm action rolls on from Pittsburgh as the Lexington Miners get set to welcome in the Pittsburgh Riverhawks. And we are so excited to be with you this evening. My name is Cameron Duty. I'm with my buddy Rochelle Colston, and when that is the case, we're going to have a fun night of football, folks. Rochelle, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. A little excited for the SFLm season to kick off. It's been, long time waiting here.
A fun time indeed. We love SFLm action. Week 1, the first block of games, exciting. And now what do we have in store here for the second block getting kicked off with Lexington at Pittsburgh? It's a wild card, I guess we would say. Lexington Miners had 2 wins against their 4 losses last season. Pittsburgh 5 wins to 3 losses and got deep into the very unique playoff scenario we had last season. So a lot of excitement for both of these teams. But right now, Rochelle, I guess we could say the variable is the future is uncertain. Which team's going to rise to the top? Anybody's game. Week 1, open slate.
Yeah, week 1's always exciting. You never know what you're going to see. You never know what you're going to get. New players, new faces.
It's all coming up, and just as I like to say, folks, I said it at the first block, and I'm going to say it again. You're not going to want to go anywhere for the next hour and a half or so. Kickoff is underway, and we are excited to be with you. This one is fielded and returned across the 30, down to the 32-yard line, and we will say hello to the Pittsburgh starting offense led by quarterback number 2, Angel Basilicus. The halfbacks, Robert Nemchek and BB Bullets. That name should be familiar as he is a developmental player out of Motor City. The wide receivers, Kenny Slider, Samaj Sims, and the tight end, Tala Bobby. And at center, Carly Forge, and the tackle, Kiara Cool. So that is your offense for the Season 9 SFLm Pittsburgh Riverhawks. And that traditional black and gold that you see in all Pittsburgh teams, they continue that tradition. A run up the middle. BB Bullets, Rochelle, someone we'll see a lot of in this game, I have a feeling.
Yeah, I mean, Pittsburgh's pretty set. They have a center, they have a tackle, they have an O-line, so they should be able to run pretty, and a tight end. So their run game should be pretty much set up.
2nd and 6, and we will say hello to this Lexington defense in just a moment. Another run, and look at this. Maybe we'll get a chance to. Robert Nemchek, hello, welcome to the SFLm. A debut player tonight, and he says hello with a big run to start the game.
Wow, pretty explosive run there. I mean, there's a big old hole up the middle. Linebackers were playing back, and he broke that tackle, and gotten past number 29, could have gone off to the races there.
You know, these young athletes, it's one of the things that are so exciting about the SFLm is the development players, the debuts we get to see. All of a sudden people, that appear on our radar. Love to see it. That pass, the first intended for Angel Basilicus, also making his debut. That is incomplete as that was deflected by number 58 for Lexington. Let's say hello to the defense. Defensive end, Baron Went, and defensive tackle, Brenda Puff. The linebackers, Casper Haddock, Iggy Turner, and at cornerback, Mike Bird. The free safety, Big O Renfro, and the strong safeties, Kev Say Jr. and Johnny Savage Jr. 2nd and 10, still less than a minute played here in this game. And back to the air they go, and an interception. Mike Bird, we just called his name, also making his SFLm debut. An INT right out of the gate, and what looked like a promising drive for Pittsburgh stalls out.
Yeah, it started off really, really strong with their run game, and they switched to their passing and just went downhill from there.
Take a look at that. What a great job of Bird coming off of the route there, knowing that the ball was coming in his direction and climbing the ladder to make a beautiful interception. Let's say hello now to the Lexington offense. Quarterback Ethan Flowers. You will recognize he was previously wide receiver in Lexington last season. Ace Ketchum, a halfback. Deion James at halfback. Wide receivers Riley Porter Jr., Alexander West, and C.J. Parrish. The tight ends Neil McNeil and Jimmy Went. The tackle Landon Stone. And the first play is a pass to Alexander West. Incomplete. with good coverage downfield by Pittsburgh and Sammy Seatbelt III.
Yeah, that throw was just a little bit too hot, I think, for the receiver. A little bit too much power behind that throw.
Now for the defense for Pittsburgh, the defensive ends, Lindsey Timpson and Bubba Bruiser, who you may recognize from Portland in the majors. The linebackers, Jasad Grackleflint and R.C. Puff, returning from San Diego. The cornerbacks, Charles Poindexter and Sammy Seatbelt III, as we just mentioned. And the safeties, Zion Waddles and Al Ingram III. That run, nowhere, as Ketchum dropped for a loss.
Lexington Lions just reacted to that ball quickly, saw where the play was going, pursued the running back, and tackled for a loss there.
3rd and 11 right here at midfield. Ethan Flowers under center, drops back. He has some time, rolls out, throws. It looked like it was potentially a catchable ball before being knocked incomplete. C.J. Parrish, the intended target.
What a great coverage by the Lexington defense there. They had being Pittsburgh defense. They had 3 defenders in the area.
So Lexington gets the interception. They then, though, unfortunately cannot move the football. They got to punt it away. And as they fair catch this punt right here, let's talk about that, Rochelle. That's something we see often early in these SFLm games. Week 1, these teams just trying to find their footing. A little rocky to start off, but then that quickly develops as the game goes on and as the season goes on.
I mean, up until this point, all they did was practice. So they're feeling the game time for the first time. Probably a little bit of nerves.
Game time jitters, no doubt. So Pittsburgh now will take over. This time, quick drop back and a throw over the middle, just a little too high, intended for Kenny Slider Jr. And that's something with Vasilicus just going to have to get comfortable and get really fluent here in his dropbacks.
I mean, he's a 6'5", 230. He can well see over the offensive line. He's a little more comfortable in the pocket.
On 2nd down, 2 men in the backfield and 2 receivers up to the top of the screen there to the left of the quarterback, Vasilicus. He rolls out, throws. Ooh. That one batted away. A good defensive effort there. That was Jasad Grackleflint. We just mentioned, or excuse me, no, that actually for Lexington, that's 44, Iggy Turner. And so a good job on defense there by Iggy Turner for Lexington.
So get used to the colors.
That's exactly right. Just as the teams have to get warmed up, so does the commentator and analyst. 3rd and 10 as we also get acclimated to a new lineup and new players. And that's one of the fun things about opening day of the SFLMs. We're all on a clean slate. Pressure coming, and take a look at that. Quick into the backfield for Lexington. That's Casper Haddock with the sack. Vasilicus looked like a deer in the headlights. They were coming at him so quick.
Yeah, I mean, that poor quarterback never stood a chance. I mean, 1, 2, 3 broke through the line. There was no place for him to go.
You know, maybe a little too early to coin them this, but I could see maybe the nickname Orange Crush being applicable to that Lexington defense if they can continue to keep pressure in the backfield. Certainly looked like it on that play. The punt, and this is going to give Pittsburgh really good, or Lexington rather, really good field position. They fair catch it right about midfield at the Pittsburgh 49. And so, Rochelle, yeah, right now, a matter of these 2 defenses kind of feeling things out as the offense continues to get comfortable, seeing things early on that both of these coaches want to clean up, maybe even change their strategy as this game goes on.
Definitely, week 1's always a crapshoot. You never know, what's going to happen on the field. You're feeling on your offense for the first time and your defense.
Handoff. Left side, promising run by Ace Ketchum. And, Ace is one of those guys, he is no stranger to playing football here in the Simulation Football League, whether it be at the major or the minor level here. As we said, he was with Denver last year, played with Nashville as well last season, coming over to Lexington this year.
Yeah, he was in Denver last season, and he's back in the SFL team, so he has experience running back at least.
And that says a lot. You know, Lexington, as we mentioned, they had kind of a rough season last year. 2 wins, as we mentioned, to 4 losses. Looking to improve on that this year. Learning process. Quarterback right now trying to get comfortable as well. Over the middle, Alexander West incomplete. That's not the first time they have tried to locate him in the open field.
And switching from wide receiver to quarterback this season, maybe a little bit of a transition for him also, for Ethan.
Second and 10. Good field position here for Lexington, wanting to take advantage of it if they can. That pass a little bit high, but nice job of Jimmy Went, able to adapt his body there to make the reception.
And Jimmy Went's returning from the developmental team. He played for Pittsburgh last season, actually.
Third and 3, the first big third down of the game for the Lexington Miners. Stepping back to throw. That pass is complete. Shakes a tackle. Shakes 2 tackles. C.J. Parrish, touchdown. Out of nowhere, out of the gate, comes quarterback Ethan Flowers with a beautiful pass, and Parrish with a beautiful reception and a couple shimmies.
Yeah, nice broken tackle. I mean, he just was out. Basically, you know, the defender was there. He was in front of the defender. Defender misses. He breaks another tackle. He's just off to the races, and great touchdown by Lexington. Lexington strikes first.
Let's talk about C.J. Parrish there. Really kind of contorting his body, as you could see, to come up with the reception. And then by doing so, is able to spin out of a would-be tackle.
Definitely. Then he just broke the next tackle all on his own.
The extra point is up and good. Lexington strikes first. It just only took 56 seconds on that drive, 4 plays, and an interesting spark to ignite the Lexington Miners as that offense not able to gel, and then all of a sudden in one play they take it to the house. And sometimes that's all it takes. As we get ready for this kickoff, Pittsburgh will have a chance to return it.
Almost dropped it.
Holds on to it, comes across the 30, and is stopped at the 34-yard line.
Nice return. I mean, that's 34-yard line is a great field position on a kick return.
It is. And at this point, though, Rochelle, now we need to see, can Angel Vasilikis get comfortable? Hasn't had a lot of time up to that point to really get settled in.
No, yeah. I'd like to see him start running the ball at this point to get the offense going a little bit.
You'd even mentioned the lineup with, the tight end, the center, the tackle, full of developmental players. So they've got a pretty well-rounded offensive line. Hopefully it can stiffen up a little bit, allow Vasilikis to develop. The rollout, the pass, just off the mark, incomplete, 2nd and 10, intended for Talia Bobby.
Exactly. I mean, now they're going into the passing game. They're only 7 points behind. Stick to your game plan, start running the ball again. That was working well for them.
You got BB Blitz in your backfield, as well as Robert Nemchek, who we have already seen have a very impressive first run. But back to the air they go.
Nice.
Yeah, nice reception and a great job of Kenny Slider Jr. adjusting to make a tough catch.
And he's only 5'10" out there. He's on the short side for a receiver, but he went up and got that one.
And for a up-and-coming quarterback such as Vasilikis, making his debut tonight, it's going to take a while to find the chemistry. And there's always that special connection between quarterback and wide receiver. We see it on every team where a couple of players just kind of get connected. They just link up, and you got to find that. Maybe it's starting with Kenny Slider Jr. We'll see. Man in motion on 1st and 10. Vasilikis again to throw. They're not interested in running at the moment. Now throwing into double coverage. A lot of orange. A sea of orange back there. And that pass is deflected. Nice job of Johnny Savage coming up with that one.
Yeah, they're lucky that Johnny Savage had his back to the ball and hit him in the back instead of him, turn around and see the ball. I think that would have been an interception.
Second down. You can already see the field starting to get wore out just a little bit, as a lot of the game tonight has been played right here at this portion of the field. Rolling out to throw, and it's just not there. Again, though, looking for Kenny Slider Jr., but that one falls incomplete.
Yeah, the big hit by the defender just knocked the ball loose on that play.
And on third down, third and long here, 3rd and 10.
Bunch formation over there. Definitely a passing play.
Silicus rolling out to buy a little bit extra time, and just over the head of anyone in the vicinity. And that falls to the ground. 4th and 10, punting team coming up.
Well, this time they should pin, Lexington pretty back, near their end zone with a decent punt. Compared to the last drive they started on the 50.
So Pittsburgh still trying to find their footing here. This is a nice punt. Fielded right around the 15 and brought back to the 20.
Oh, no.
Alexander West, and that's not what you want to see. Alexander West coming over from Tulsa to play with this Lexington team, and he is down.
Not a good sign for Lexington.
Hopefully the fact that he was able to walk off the field is a positive sign, and that he will be able to get back in this game. Folks, we will keep you updated as this game goes along. We'll let you know of anything that we can find out about that injury to Alexander West. A big portion of what we feel is going to be Lexington's strong suit this season. The throw now, that was a quick little stutter step there, and a quick pitch and catch and a reception by, guess who? C.J. Parrish. We talk about the development of quarterback wide receiver chemistry. You already see it starting between Flowers and Parrish.
Definitely the second pass to him, second reception. They're moving the ball nicely again. Like to see a run here in 2nd and 3.
Riley Porter Jr. goes in motion to the top of your screen. Handoff right side and is stopped. I believe that was Ketchum on the carry, and it was. 3rd and inches, so you would expect that they'll at least consider going for a run here. You'd about have to.
Definitely. I mean, he just picked up, almost 3 yards there. I'm sure he's good for a couple of inches.
Split in the backfield. Yeah. Toss left side, Ketchum gets just enough. They
Nice
caught
play.
him right after the sticks, yeah.
And once again, Lexington's moving the ball down the field.
Did you like that formation on that 3rd and inches?
Didn't really like the swing pass, but the toss, whatever. Didn't like that play. It was go up the gut with it.
Got the job done, right?
Yeah.
Flowers to
Nice.
throw over the middle and hit hard after a 4-yard gain. That's Jimmy Went once more.
Yep, Jimmy Went paid for that one.
Yeah, that he did. He held on to that for 4 yards. He probably got up thinking to himself, was it worth the 4 yards? 3:49 and counting remaining in this first quarter of action. SFLm Week 1. Again, very excited to be with you all tonight. 2nd and 6. They keep it on the ground to catch him.
Ooh.
He takes a big hit, too. I mean, he got absolutely leveled by Zion Waddles.
Waddles. Maybe he's a little waddly now.
Oh, listen at you getting the puns fired up. I like that. Folks, if you've not heard a Cameron Rochelle broadcast yet, you'll hear some puns tonight. Don't you worry. 3rd and 2 on the way. Right side.
Oh.
They give it
I think he got it.
Oh, yeah. Dion James, we felt like forward progress was going to be enough for the first. You would be surprised if we don't see a challenge here?
There we go.
There
Angry
we
flag.
go. Angry flag, angry coach. He says, now come on. He says, I know that is a first down as we look at a Retroid replay. Of course, go Retroid.com. Put a handheld in your pocket and play the only game that you can play as your player, SFL 4K 23.
It's no doubt.
Got
I know
it.
the yellow line's imaginary, but he was well over that imaginary line. Yeah, definitely. He didn't hit till right there.
Yeah, and then some. Yeah, we expect this to be overturned.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. Denver will not be charged with a timeout. First down.
So, Lexington with a great challenge there. They retained their timeout and a first down. So, a big play. Obviously, Pittsburgh didn't want to see that go their way. They thought they had them on 4th and inches, and instead, it's a first down, and this drive continues.
And Lexington does not have a contract kicker, so they got to get within the 30.
Yeah, keep that in mind, folks. A big point there. We see that come into play time and time again here in the minors. We saw it in the first block of games, as a matter of fact, with Philadelphia and Chicago. Toss play left side, and not a good play design at all. Seatbelt was in the backfield to secure, wrap his way around the passenger for the tackle.
Okay. Yeah, we're stretching him.
I stretched it for that one, didn't I? Yeah.
It's all good.
I did what I could. 2nd and 9 coming up. The throw over the middle, the pass. Oh, one-handed, holds on to it. My goodness, that was chaotic from the get-go. C.J. Parrish with the reception, though, 5-yard gain.
And the one-handed grab and the one-handed hold, I was like, that ball's just floating out there. It's going to get hit, knocked out, but he held on.
Sure, yeah, that was scary for a minute, though, wasn't it?
It was.
That ball, one-handed. Flowers to throw.
Oh,
yeah, incomplete. 4th and 5, intended target that time, Riley Porter Jr., and blanketed by this Pittsburgh defense.
but he had the position on the defender. He was in front of him. He just got hit, and the ball just didn't make it there.
4th and 5 now, so Lexington will have to punt. Pretty good hang time on this.
Fair catch.
Fair catch called for right at the 20. And so that's where we'll see Pittsburgh now take over. And you had that offensive burst for a play or two from Lexington. But for the remainder of this first quarter, it's been very pedestrian for both offenses, and the defenses have really shown.
I'm liking both these uniforms out here. I really do.
I do too. I love the traditional, black and gold, as we said, with all the Pittsburgh teams, having that black and gold, very noticeable, very classic style. And then, of course, you got the orange and white there from Lexington. Beautiful colors, great uniforms. Pass out of the backfield to Blitz. Blitz gets 7.
I mean, still not running the ball, but they're making progress here.
2nd and 3, a minute 44 and counting. Content to run the clock down here. 10 seconds on the play clock. They keep it on the ground here, Rochelle, just like you said. Oh, and hurtling over a defender or two.
He roll over, he sure did.
Nemchik, first down.
Let's see if Lexington challenges this. I thought he rolled over and got it, but you never know.
1st and 10. Throw over the middle and a beautiful one-handed reception. Again, Kenny Slider Jr. We talked about early chemistry between these two. You're starting to see it come into play.
Nice catch. Couldn't defend that any better either.
And it was a good job of Slider breaking there on the route and getting a step ahead of the defender, Johnny Savage Jr., and really making it to where he could go for that one-handed grab. Plenty of time, and Ed chooses the check down, and not the best decision because waiting there in the wings, number 44, Iggy Turner.
I love that name.
I do too.
Get Iggy with it.
Oh, listen to that. Yeah, you're fantastic. Getting Iggy with it. We might see that on a couple signs popping up around the stadiums that we go to this SFLm season. You just never know. One more play left here in the first quarter, and it's a rollout from Vasilikis. He throws, and I think that one, he just kind of, he lost it on that one. I don't think that.
And he had all day.
He did. He had all day, plenty of time for that, to be developed, and out of his hands it went.
Another punch set.
So therefore, 2 seconds remain in this first quarter. This will be the final play. Vasilikis to throw. That one, ooh, Gary, too far ahead of Sammy Slider Jr. for sure. Almost intercepted by Johnny Savage, although that is incomplete. That brings us to the end of the first quarter.
He should have caught that one. That's why he plays defense, though.
Pittsburgh gets the break with that, escaping the turnover. They're down, though, by 7. Lexington with the lead at the end of the first. You're watching the SFLm on YouTube. Cameron Duty here with Rochelle Colston and Cameron Irvine back at SFL headquarters and the production end of things, and we certainly appreciate it. We thank you all for watching. If you haven't had a chance yet, please hit, smash that like button. And let your friends know, hey, I'm spending my Friday night listening to Cameron and Rochelle call a game, watching the SFLm on YouTube. Lexington fields this one at the 27.
In the game, Albuquerque 0, Bossier City 7. First quarter with 5:54 left in the game.
So Silas Christensen's first career touchdown goes for 79 yards to Nolan Pierce after Albuquerque misses a field goal off the right upright. And that's one thing we'll talk about, the development of these players, the kickers. We'll see it from all, skill positions here. As it goes on, those are things you'll see kind of their skills start to get sharpened.
Ooh.
Good defense.
Not sure what happened there.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but one thing we do know is the Pittsburgh defense was there, weren't they? And that's incomplete, 2nd and 10. And quick note for Alexander West, he is back in the game. That is great news.
Yeah, it is great news.
Keep it on the ground with Ketchum, who almost runs into his blocker, but is instead able to turn sideways and get at least 2 for 3rd and 8 now coming up.
He tried to get skinny there, just no place for him to go.
We got one getting Iggy with it and one getting skinny with it. Gonna be one of those nights, Rochelle.
Yep.
3rd and 8 coming up. Bunch set at the bottom of your screen. Plenty of time for flash. Pressure coming. And avoids one sack, but not going to get away from the second one. No, instead, that is big number 55, Lindsey Timpson, 6'4", 250. Played in Albuquerque last year, coming back to wreak havoc today.
Just when you thought you were safe. Boom.
Just when you
Takedown.
Yeah, just when you thought it was safe to go back to throwing the football, right? You missed the one would-be sack, and then you stand up just to run straight into Timpson. That's rough.
Now it's 4th in the country mile. They forced the punt from almost their own end zone. Pittsburgh should get great field position here, Cameron.
And it certainly looks that way. That one kind of come off the side of the foot a little bit. Nice punt. It kind of had an awkward angle there, but it works out well in their favor. Pittsburgh still on their side of the field at the 47.
Great punt.
And that really was. It almost looked, you didn't know at first the way it come off of the foot there how it was going to do, but it had a lot of height to it there, a lot of good hang time and a good distance. So A lot of fun so far, folks. If you're just tuning in, Lexington had that one moment of brilliance on offense. Ethan Flowers connecting with CJ Parrish. Other than that, it's been a defensive sloggerknot. And we're yet to see an offensive burst from Pittsburgh. Waiting on that. It may come on this drive. Lord, BB Belitz trying to make something happen, but nothing there.
I love defensive games. That's my kind of game.
I love them too. As much as you like the high-flying offensive games where, racking up 30 and 40 and 50 points, that is fun. But then every now and then you just love to see a good classic game, one in the trenches, offensive line versus defensive line. Seeing a lot of that today. A lot of good coverage downfield.
Oh,
and an
no.
interception, talking about defense, and it's going the other way. Casper Haddock wreaking havoc on this Pittsburgh offense. That was huge.
Yes, and for a linebacker to have hands, I mean, he was just sitting right in the middle of the field. Like it was thrown just right to him. Like that looked bad from the start. As soon as the ball was released, I knew it was going to be an interception.
Yeah, Vasilikis struggling right now to see down the field. You can tell the vision is something that will have to come in time, but having trouble seeing down the field at the moment for sure, and threw right into the coverage there. And maybe, Casper kind of even hiding, I guess you would say, like a ghost, if you will, right there in the middle part of the field, as you see in the chat there. Casper the Ghost Haddock. Very cool.
He's 6'6" and 253. I don't really see him hiding anywhere on the field.
What can you say? He was transparent. It worked for him.
Is he a friendly ghost?
Not to Pittsburgh's offense. Maybe to others. Maybe to his teammates.
Okay.
2nd and 8 now coming up. Receivers at the top of the screen and one in the backfield. Now they send a man in motion, and that is Parrish, who has been their star of this game thus far.
4-3 defense looking for the run. That's not.
They're looking for Parrish off the hand. That one was contested and could have just as easily been intercepted as well. Charles Poindexter with the deflection.
Kind of a dangerous pass. Nice deflection.
Yeah, it was.
Lucky. Very lucky.
Take a look at that. Great job by Poindexter making his SFLm debut. It's West in motion. Again, checking back into the game after being injured early on. Good to see it was nothing serious, and it's playable. The throw over the middle. The pass is complete. Riley Porter Jr., and this drive continues for Lexington.
What a pass by Flowers.
He's getting comfortable.
He definitely is.
Then take a look at this route. A great job of Porter. And again, talking about Ethan Flowers, he put that ball only to where, his receiver could get it. And that's a big point right there.
There were actually 2 receivers in the area. I might confuse the cornerbacks a little bit in the middle of the field.
But it didn't confuse Flowers, did it? Pinpoint accuracy and a first down. Handoff up the middle to Ace Ketchum, and he plows forward for 5. That's a good, tough run.
And definitely, I'm glad to see they're mixing the run in with the passing plays. Keeping the defense very, very honest here.
Something that maybe, we would like to see, from a broadcast standpoint here, just looking down at this game, something you'd like to see Pittsburgh start to do as well.
Definitely.
A little more of a balanced attack.
Wow.
Now, look at this run. That is number 25 coming in. That is Dion James getting a carry, even though we've seen Ketchum get the majority. A great run by James, and he says, welcome to the SFL.
And he's a developmental player, so he's got nice stats. He can use both of these halfbacks interchangeably.
This is his debut for Lexington, if I'm not mistaken. Correct, as he, he was with Tulsa, wasn't he? Okay, Tulsa.
He's a developmental player.
3rd and 1, big 3rd and 1 here. Look at this Pittsburgh defense right there, looking very vicious up on the line. They crowd the line. They give it to Ketchum.
Got it.
Ooh, barely. That was close.
Just kept pushing those legs forward, Cameron.
Yeah, that's something that Ketchum does so well. And I wondered if we would
Oh,
see this. There's that mad red flag throw. The challenge by Pittsburgh. Again, another Retroid challenge. We say it all the time. Put a Retroid handheld in your pocket and play SFL 4K23, the only game with your player in it. Now let's go under the hood here.
yeah, this is a 50-50 call, I think. I can't even imagine. Let's see where the ball is. I don't know.
That view, here we go. This will really tell us where the ball is. He got held up there on the
Nope.
hurdle. I think he's short.
He is short. His knee's down.
I'd go for it. I'd so go for it.
But they're not going to.
The ruling
Points
on
are
the
points.
field. Yep, the ruling on the field is overturned. Pittsburgh not charged a timeout. And
When
like you said, go ahead.
They can make it a 2-score game here. I wouldn't go for it. I'd kick the field goal.
I'm just overly aggressive.
I know. I would be too if I was actually coaching. But
I totally, like you said, understand that. 20-yard attempt, why would you not take the points? And here we go.
first kick of his career coming up.
The snap, the hold, and it's right down Broadway.
Well, it was a chip shot.
Hey, that's a good one to start off with, right?
Definitely.
10-point lead now for Lexington after a nice drive and a very impressive drive for them. Their offense looking more comfortable each series. You know, you got to hand it, though, to this Pittsburgh defense for coming up with the stop because that was big. That was close to being a 14-point game instead of a 10-point game.
It's still 2 scores. You still have to, score 2 touchdowns sometime during this game to take the lead.
With the fact of Pittsburgh's offense, though.
Oh, nice return.
Yes, indeed. Oh, and a flag. Possibly a face mask here, maybe.
Yeah, maybe clipping. Face mask, okay.
Yeah, incidental, and they're going to put it at the Pittsburgh 44.
They're getting great field position once again. Let's see if they can do something with it.
So talking about the 10 points, the 14 points there that we were referring to, with this Pittsburgh defense, or offense rather, it's a good thing that right now they don't have to score any more points than what they do because they just have shown they don't have that chemistry right now to put points on the board easily. That pass, a lob pass by Vasilicus, and just struggling to get on point here is Samaj Sims, the intended target.
And they keep sticking to this passing game. They started off the game, running the ball. They were doing pretty well, it seemed to me. And they just started throwing the ball. That's all they've been doing since.
Obviously wanting Vasilicus to get in a rhythm here, but you have to argue whether or not that rhythm would come from just getting in a repetition of handoffs and allowing short, smaller, easier passes to develop because of that.
Kenny slider in motion now. Let's see what happens.
At the bottom of your screen. Vasilicus looking that direction,
Oh, nice.
and he finds he's tied in there, I believe. That is Reed for a first down. And like you said, that was a nice read by the young quarterback.
Definitely, it was kind of weird when the number 82 went through the middle. I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, and did you see how close that was to being an INT again, though? I mean, really, Vasilicus threaded the needle there. It worked out in his favor, but that guy likes to live in the danger zone.
Was he Top Gun?
Yes, thank you for catching that. Now you'll have that in your head the rest of the night.
No fly zone?
No fly. There you go. No fly zone. All right, that pass is complete. Kenny Slider Jr. and Vasilicus working to get in a rhythm here.
Yeah, he seems to be favoring Slider tonight with his passes.
Remind me to talk to Cam about seeing if he can get Kenny Loggins to sing our theme song, I mean, he did do Danger Zone after all for the Top Gun soundtrack. Maybe he would.
I'm all about Top Gun.
Absolutely. I love that movie. Second one was good too.
Yep.
2nd and 4 coming up. A fast-moving second quarter this time. Vasilicus to throw that pass. Oh, and he had his man breaking open, but just couldn't connect with him. Incomplete 3rd and 4 coming up next.
And that defender just said negative, Ghost Rider.
Love it. All right, so Rochelle, let's talk here. 3rd and 4. Would you go run here?
Pittsburgh's not going to run the ball. Oh, wait, but they're in a run set. Let's see what happens.
We'll find out. in a couple of seconds here.
Nope.
Oh, and it's the fake. They keep it in the air. The throw.
Oh,
Pass.
was he in?
I don't
Doesn't
know.
matter.
And
It's a
then,
flag.
yeah, you got the flag on top of it. Ineligible
Wow.
receiver downfield. We don't see that
Oh
often.
no! I thought it was pass interference.
No, ineligible receiver, and Lexington, of course, declines that. 4th and 4 here, and you would think probably that they're just a little bit out of field goal range. And they'll have to punt.
Oh yeah, because they actually have a contract kicker.
Yeah, Takeda Yuki, and that is actually who is in.
Oh, he's doing double duty here. He's
Doing
punting and
double
kicking.
duty. Yep, and a fair catch called for by Alexander West. And Lexington will get the ball back. 4 minutes and 6 seconds to go. And that's disappointing for Pittsburgh because that was clearly the best looking drive they've had the entire night, and they just couldn't capitalize and get any points.
I still think they need to get their run game going still.
I think that's going to be key if they come out this second half, make some adjustments. Hopefully one of them would be to utilize the ground game that much more. The throw over the middle of the pass is complete to C.J. Parrish.
There's a Flowers-Parrish connection one more time.
That's exactly right. You start to see these young relationships develop here in the SFLm, and it's great fun watching the players there get on the same level, on the same page, and continue to develop that relationship. We got 2nd and inches. Keep it on the ground. Gets caught behind his lineman.
Oh.
Yeah, and going to be just short there. You could tell that it was just a traffic jam. There was nowhere to go.
And Bubba Bruiser, he's not getting around him. 6'3" and 342 pounds.
Yeah, that's a brick wall. So they'll try again. 3rd and inches. On the ground once more, Ketchum. This time a little bit better. Right side, 1st down, room to run. That looked a lot better. That was a lot better play design. You got to give it to Lexington there for going back to the drawing board for that one.
Exactly, and I like the way Lexington's sticking to their game plan. They're running the ball, they're throwing the ball when they have to. They're mixing it up, making the defense guess.
Certainly not relying heavily on either or there. A good balance. 2:49 and counting in this first half. Oh, what a nice play by Deion James there, kind of disappearing, playing a Houdini for a moment and coming out at the end of that one with a 7-yard gain.
I mean, you can get 7 yards on 1st down with a run. I'd be it to him again.
This Lexington team has an opportunity. That 2-headed halfback tandem could really do some damage.
I mean, they got 2 tight ends that should give them decent blocking.
Man in motion. They keep it on the ground to catch him. Right at midfield is where he is tackled. And another 1st down, so Lexington continuing to dominate here offensively in this first half. And it looks as if that's going to bring us to our 2-minute warning. There is the whistle. We'll take a short break. 2 minutes coming up in this fast-moving first half of action. SFLm. Hope you're having fun with us, folks. Lexington leads early. You're watching SFLm action on YouTube. Cameron Duty and Rochelle Colston here from Pittsburgh, where Lexington right now in the driver's seat. Will it continue? We'll go to the air here. Quick drop pass off the hands of intended target C.J. Parrish. A 2nd and 10. It almost feels like he had to pass, Flowers that is, had to pass quicker than what he was prepared to do.
Yeah, I'm thinking right now, Lexington was using their run game. They were burning this clock. They got a 10-point lead. They're in no hurry to score here. They're probably going to try to milk this clock all the way down to halftime.
Alexander West goes in motion from the top of your screen down to the bottom, lining up right side to quarterback Ethan Flowers. The throw now over the middle. Alexander West, and we've seen him go in motion. and a great reception. We said that the guy, you know, if he's able to get healthy enough to get back in the game, he could provide some big plays for this team, and here he is.
And Ethan's doing a great job of using all his receivers. You've seen
Yes.
Porter with catches. You've seen West. You've seen Parrish. He's spreading the ball around.
And all these receivers are more than capable, aren't they, of coming up with the reception. Really sure-handed.
Well, you get 2 returning players at wide receiver, and then you have the 1 rookie. But even Porter's making catches for him tonight.
Minute 30 and counting here. They keep it on the ground. But that goes nowhere. And say thanks to Zion Waddles for that. Right? They'll say he got back to the line of scrimmage, but nothing more. 2nd and 10.
Every time you say Waddle, don't say Weebles Waddle, but they don't fall down.
But Waddles does make them fall down.
Yes, he did.
Look here, going an all-out set, nobody in the backfield, so they'll not be running it today, or at least for this play. Take a look at this. Oh, pressure coming around the weak side.
Ooh, nice defense.
Rid of it. Yeah, and nice defense, as you said, Rochelle, and a great job of a stern Pittsburgh defense there on that play. 3rd and 10 coming up.
We're gonna see a pass here. I'd look for a Parrish.
Kind of surprised they didn't go run on 2nd down, but instead we see just about the same set here.
Yep. Nobody in the backfield.
Flowers to throw. That time he doesn't take near as long. He tried to get him, kind of catch him off guard with a quick drop and a throw, but incomplete. That was intended for Ketchum going for his halfback.
Interesting how they have a halfback lined up in a wide receiver slot.
I saw that in the first game that I had a chance to call with Philadelphia. They did the very same thing with Brennan Stahl. Worked to, almost perfection a couple of times for them. And, of course, Brennan Stahl, that's a player you know a lot about.
Yeah, definitely. He's a really nice running back. He can catch.
4th and 10, Rochelle. They're going for it.
What?
Oh. 4th and 10. They try to take a shot going for Parrish, and instead that is knocked down, incomplete. Al Ingram III says, "You're not pulling that one on me."
Yeah, nice coverage. The 2 defenders all over him. There was no way he was catching that ball. Yeah, you went for it. I mean, the ball's on the 35. Nothing lost, nothing gained, really.
We also saw Philadelphia do that in the game earlier tonight, too. So these teams coming out, gutsy right now. Coming out, gutsy play calls, just the strategy. This is why I love SFLm football. You never know what you're going to get, but right there you're going to get a hit. Number 59 coming in, absolutely obliterating that. Spragan, yeah, obliterating the quarterback, Basilicus, who's had a tough first half.
Ooh. I don't think anybody touched him. He just came across that line.
Yeah, and Basilicus, the woes continue. I mean, the SFLm debut hasn't been kind to him yet, but, that's thanks in part to what we're calling this Orange Crush defense here.
Oh,
yeah, just off the mark, throwing in the double coverage. Again, a good job of this defense. Johnny Savage Jr., we've called his name a couple of times. 6'1", 200 pounds, also making his SFLm debut.
I mean, Pittsburgh's O-line's giving him time to throw the ball. He's just not connecting.
Nor are they going run. And because of that, you're seeing 3rd and long. And
3rd and 14.
Yeah, 3rd and 14. 3rd and forever. BB Bullets, the halfback, goes in motion. We'll see if he looks his way. Plenty of time. Unload. Overthrows his receiver by a long shot there, and that pass deflected. I believe that was Savage.
Savage,
Yep. Savage is all around the place. If not careful, he's liable to come up with an INT before this game is over. So Takeda Yuki will have to punt once again.
They need to pay her more money. They need to pay that person more money. Doing 2 jobs out there.
A nice punt this time.
Yes.
Down to the 33-yard line, and that is where Lexington will take over with 17 seconds. So, how aggressive does Lexington want to be here? You got to think probably this side of the field content to just ride this one into the sunset and call this first half.
You say that, but they went like fourth down on 4th down and 10.
I know if it was me, but I mean, you know, these guys will go for it on 4th down. And look
Here we go.
There we go. And he's got plenty of time
Wow.
to line up and throw it again. That pass incomplete, intended for West, but as fast as that play developed, they could do this 3 or 4 more times before we get to halftime.
Yeah, they had 3 defenders all over West. There was no way he was catching the ball.
That didn't stop him from trying. Ethan Flowers now. Will they let him throw again? Oh, they will. Pressure coming, and that time they got home. Number 55, the big man, Lindsey Timpson, again with another sack.
I mean, Lindsey Timpson's just really coming. I mean,
Untouched.
went around that tackle and like wasn't even there.
Ethan Flowers got wilted that time. That's rough. We're going into halftime, folks. Right now, Lexington has a convincing lead for the moment. But will that change? Rochelle, let's get ready and unpack everything we've seen in this first half. Obviously, we're going to want to talk about the offensive woes for Pittsburgh, but I'll turn that over to you. What have you got for us?
Yeah, I mean, Pittsburgh sticking to this passing game, and if she makes a run, they were having success with the run earlier in the game, and then they go back to it and they mix up their plays a little bit more. Angel's just having a rough night. He's not connecting with anybody really.
You'll have that in the development, obviously making his first SFL start tonight. 6 of, I believe that's a 21 there, as that stat was shown at the bottom of the screen. Slider has been his high point. What do you do different for the Miners? Do you keep status quo? Do you change anything? And of course, if you're Pittsburgh, you've said, you know, get the run game more involved. But what about Lexington, Rochelle? What do they need to do, if anything?
I think Lexington needs to slow the game down a little bit. I mean, they have the lead. They have 2 good halfbacks. I'd stick with their run game also. Burn the clock.
And we'll see what'll happen, folks. We welcome you back here to beautiful Pittsburgh. A beautiful night here in the Steel City. And my name's Cameron Duty, Rochelle Colston here with you, Cameron Irvine, SFL production duties this evening. And so it's been a good game. We're so glad you're here with us. We hope the second half lives up to the hype. Here's the kickoff, and we'll see what it has in store.
Lexington gets the ball first. It's a ball back. Oh no!
Hold on. Bounces off the turf like an NBA regulation basketball right into the arms of number 54 for Pittsburgh, a special teams man. Take a look at this.
And this is what Pittsburgh needs.
That is, as you said, the big break that Pittsburgh had been looking for, and they get it. As we said, that was, you know, that sequencing of events, the way the ball bounced off the ground right into the arms of the, you know, the defender there. Incredible. Basilicus now to throw, the best field position of the entire game.
He
He's
can
got
make a sandwich.
There you go, and incomplete. Yeah, it didn't develop downfield. He tried to squeeze it in, and again, Johnny Savage said, denied.
I mean, he could have taken a nap.
Oh, yeah, he could have taken a nap. Like you said, he could have made a sandwich. He could have called his mom. I mean, there's all kinds of things he could have done back there, but nothing developed downfield, locked down by this Lexington defense. Quick drop that time. One of the best throws we've seen from Basilicus thus far, and again, that's his man, Slider.
And I mean, Slider, kind of sneaky, kind of like, you know, running through the middle of the field, and I mean, it was pretty well defended. Just a great pass.
And that is huge because that puts them into the red zone, onto the 15-yard line. If they play their cards right, obviously, you know, they want to get a touchdown out of it, but if they play their cards right, you would think at least Takeda Yuki could come on for a field goal. So they are in scoring range. We will now see what happens. Send a man in motion up there to the top of your screen, as you can see. Potentially an extra block for BB Bellit, who gets 4.
Nice. I like to see them finally running the ball.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I was getting ready to say the same thing. It's good to see. Maybe a more balanced attack here could pay dividends for Pittsburgh. Of course, we talked about last season, Pittsburgh 5 wins to 3 losses. They got deep into the playoff race. A very good season for them, wanting to improve on that. This year, Vasilikis' throw a little off target, but stretching to make the reception was Bobby.
Yeah, nice play by Bobby getting back to that ball.
So some positive yards, going to make this third down more manageable. You got to be careful here.
Yep, you don't want an interception in the red zone.
Vasilikis, they're going to let him throw. He's going to
What's
step
a run?
up. Smart decision.
Go. Oh, why he slide?
Vasilikis with a baseball slide, trying to get to home plate. He gets a couple yards short of the goal line, but a first down. And now you've got Blitz and you've got Nemchek. Hand that ball off. See what you can do.
I think he'd have made it if he just would have kept going.
Yeah. I think that was what would you say? That's just the instinct that you have as a quarterback to get down before getting hit. Kind of kicked in there. First and goal now coming up. They line up like they're going to run, and they do.
Too short.
I wonder
That's Blitz.
I wonder if he'd been able, Rochelle, to kind of just head forward in there if he would have made it instead of having to turn sideways.
Jump. Get in there. Jump over him.
Like Van Halen says, you might as well jump.
We will see a jump here.
Instead, he pushes the pile, and he's short.
Oh, no.
Oh, short. That was Nemchek. I thought he was going to, go up and over the hurdle as well. Instead, he decided to plow forward. And
nice play by Mike Bird.
Yeah, very nice play. And so far, somehow, and there you go, you highlighted 2 tackles, an interception, and somehow they're able to keep them out. And look at this.
You put any more people in that box?
They're going to go up and over. Touchdown! BB Blitz.
Touchdown, Steelers.
There it is.
There's the jump.
And they get it. Take a look at that beauty of a blimp by Dag's drone work. And all of a sudden, Pittsburgh taking advantage of the West fumble there and getting the TD. Yuki will come on to attempt the extra point. We've got a 3-point ball game.
Yeah, and when you get a turnover, you have to get points out of it. And they did just that.
And let's give credit, as the extra point here is good by Yuki. Let's give credit to Pittsburgh because nothing has went right their way offensively this entire game, but they stuck with it. They were gutsy. They were gritty. They had a much better balanced attack. And, like you said, when you get a turnover, when you get a gift like that on that side of the field, you've got to take advantage of it. And they did. All right, so we'll kick this one away. This will be returnable. And brought down to the 34. Do you change your game plan here, Rochelle? Are you, if you're Lexington, now all of a sudden you're only up by 3, you continue to stay aggressive, I would think, here?
Yeah, I wouldn't change my game plan. They're doing a good job of running a balanced offense. I wouldn't change it one bit.
It certainly wasn't anything that the offense did, that caused the turnover. It was a special teams issue. So far, this offense still looking good. This is actually going to be the first time we get to see them in this third quarter. Handoff. That's going nowhere. Ketchum stopped at the line. They're going to give him one. RC Puff gets credited with the tackle.
Yeah, and Lexington seems to like this split back formation a lot.
Interesting formation here.
It definitely. Oh, nice little.
Pressure coming. Oh, he got out of it. Oh, he got out of it. And he makes a great pass and an even better reception that time. CJ Parrish, these guys are hooking up and getting comfortable.
How did he get? I thought he was down. How did he get that ball off?
Look.
Oh my gosh! And that time
Wow.
Pittsburgh brought the blitz and they paid for it.
You know what they say, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz, and Ethan Flowers is putting on a great display tonight. This has been a lot of fun watching him work, and a beautiful job of avoiding the sack there, showing his elusiveness. What a play. Flowers, again, ooh. It was Riley, I believe, it was intended
That was Riley.
for. Riley Porter Jr., yep, and incomplete, 2nd and 10. There's going to be a lot of highlights from this game. I can just tell some of the plays we've seen on both sides of the ball. You know, it's these two teams are playing a heck of a game tonight, really giving 110%.
In the other game, we're all tied up at 21. Albuquerque 21, Bossier City 21, second quarter 110. Rookie running back Craig Reynolds. Oh,
Wide open as Jimmy went, and I got excited there, Rochelle. You go right
that's okay.
back. What a great play by Flowers, and went to burn this offense.
Wasn't expecting that. Sorry about that.
Neither was I.
Wow, he was wide open, Cameron. Jeez him.
Incredible. Just when this Pittsburgh offense had kind of clawed their way back in now, the defense giving up some big plays.
Hey, let it target that big get behind you.
I'm telling you, it's this ghost thing we've been talking about. Over the middle of the pass.
Nice tip for him.
Jimmy went again. You know, and that's somebody we could see them really working into their strategy this second half.
Yeah, he's in the developmental team he played for Pittsburgh last season.
Real quick to mention what you were saying, Bossier City 21, Albuquerque 21, all tied up. Second quarter, a minute 10. Craig Reynolds, running back, first career touchdown, and we know a thing or two about that. We have seen some firsts in this game as well. So, you know, either game you're checking out, you know, tonight with us, it's been a great block of football action. Hand off to catch, and he is stopped, 3rd and goal.
Yeah, and now Pittsburgh can step up and get a big stop here and hold them to the field goals and remain just a one-score game.
Yeah, and that is crucial. Big time 3rd down. You hear the crowd now start to come to their feet and chant. Flowers looking for a man. Incomplete, but we got a flag. Are they going to call PI?
Yes, they are. In the end zone. Now, first and probably on the 1.
Yep. They on the 1, and they will get number 20, Charles Poindexter. They actually had the right, in my opinion, Rochelle, they had the right defense plan for that, blanketing the receivers, but unfortunately, they got a little too handsy.
And then you had 3 tries to run it in. Ooh,
oh!
Nice.
Oh, well, that's big. Catch him there, trying to run right, and instead runs into a brick wall known as Jasad Grackleflint.
Yeah, brick wall, 6'3", 249 pounds. True
Make
rookie.
it a little more interesting here, though, isn't it? You know, that pushes them back a little bit. Not going to be so easy to run it in. And tackled again. That's Puff on the tackle. I mean, they were lined up at the 1 here, Rochelle.
And RZ Puff's the returning 2A player from San Diego Mavericks last season. This season, I should say.
3rd and goal. Crowd again coming in. Speed pressure coming, and this time they get home. Flowers can't escape it. Timpson wreaking havoc. Another sack.
Oh my gosh. What a defensive stand by Pittsburgh. Forcing the field goal, keeping it a 1-score game. Things are getting exciting.
You know, literally coming around the weak side there, there just wasn't a chance for Flowers on the weak side able to even sense the pressure. And so now it's a 22-yard field goal attempt to put them up by 6, and that kick is good. So Lexington does get some points on a 10-play, 61-yard drive. You got to give credit to that Pittsburgh defense, though. After the PI, Lexington was lined up at the 1, and they weren't able to get it in.
Yeah, I thought for sure that catcher from James was just going to walk it into the end zone, but Pittsburgh came up big.
Big tackles, R.C. Puff was in on it, just about Grackle Flint, and then, of course, Timpson lowering the boom there on the quarterback sack on 3rd down, and that makes it just a 6-point game. So we've got a close one tonight, folks. Don't go anywhere.
Nice return.
Ooh, spin move, stays on his feet, gets out to the 35 was Reed, and that's a really good run back, as you said. Great field position for Pittsburgh, and now we just kind of wait and see what they come out with. We've seen them score on the fumble recovery, obviously, but now for a prolonged, sustained drive, will we see them go more, run balanced here?
Well, they got the crowd into it now, and they got the crowd behind them. So maybe, maybe when we have a momentum change here.
Yeah, momentum makes, that changes things, makes all the difference. The defense really bailed them out, did them a big favor. We will see now what their offense can do as they're down by 6, 3:06 remaining in this 3rd quarter. On the ground.
I like this.
I do too. Bolitz with a nice 6-yard gain to start on 1st down. You can't ask for more than that.
No, and starting off your, you get the ball back, 1st and 10, you pick up 6. I keep this run game going as long as I could. They're in another run formation.
Yeah, I'm with you. 2:42 and counting. Tamar Sims in motion. Oh, and again, a nice play on the ground, and almost Nemchik just about broke another run. I tell you what, if they keep up with this guy, he's going to make a lot of people miss, and he's going to break a few big runs this season.
Definitely. I mean, right now, I run the ball until they made me pass. Well, now that I say that, we're in a passing formation now.
Wanting to go back with Vasilikis to the air, the rollout, that gives him a little bit extra time. Pressure is coming. He unloads, and just not a lot of zip right now, not a lot of zest on those passes. Maybe if that had been a little bit of a quicker delivery to Talia Bobby, it's a completion, but instead it's 2nd and 10. And I'm like you right now, running it is the way to go.
I mean, I would run it until they made you throw it. You're not having the best success in the air tonight.
Right.
Your run game's looking really good.
But they continue to go to the air, pass out of the backfield to Bolitz. Not a bad decision. Obviously, I mean, if you're going to throw it, at least start with a couple of small 3-step drops out of the backfield. Not bad.
But Iggy Turner was right there with him.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. So a good job of Bolitz to make something out of nothing there. 3rd and 5. Needing to convert. Pressure is coming. He turns around, he throws, he slings. And he had a man right there. That was Samaj Sims, but incomplete. 4th and 5 now. They'll have to punt away.
Great coverage by the defense, right on top of the receiver once again.
So Pittsburgh still yet to go the length of the field. As we said, we've seen them take advantage of the fumble recovery, the turnover. They did get the touchdown on that. Although this time, Yuki will have to punt from about midfield. And Lexington fields it at the 15, and here we go. That's West. Oh, he was starting to turn on the steam a little bit. He gets stopped. It looked like that return could have been big.
And definitely when he got past the gunner, I was like, whoa, he got past the gunner. I thought the gunner had him dead to rights.
Folks, just a reminder, if you haven't had a chance, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. The SFL brings more than 400 events in a calendar year. You don't get more football anywhere else. So keep up with us. If this is your first time, we're glad to have you along.
Tomorrow is a big day, Cameron.
No, a big day. We haven't even had a chance to talk about that, have we?
No.
This is like Christmas Eve, Catch them with a 1st down, a nice run. And as you mentioned, this is like Christmas Eve, right? And you've got the big championship game coming up tomorrow.
You get to, get all kinds of information, lots of announcements at halftime. It's gonna be fun.
Oh, I can't wait. It's going to be a good time, folks. We encourage you to tune in, and it's such a fun time of the year right here for SFL football with the regular season winding down, the minors now starting up tonight, giving you all kinds of football action. Flowers to throw. He's got his man. That's West. That's going to be right on the line. They're going to mark him just a little short. A great reception, though, and we're starting to see West heat up.
Now, in the other game, it's 24-24 now at halftime.
Nail biters all across the SFL tonight. Second and inches. The handoff to catch him. He gets the first. He crosses midfield. And like I said, look how wore that portion of the field is. There has been so much football played right there between the two 30-yard lines, if you will.
Yeah, we're living there tonight.
They have just set up shop, and they're going to stay there for about the next quarter or so. We're winding down, folks. 10 seconds left in this third quarter, and an exciting finish surely to come. And they're going to be content to take this one down to zeros. Third quarter is finished. Fourth quarter is on the way. Don't go anywhere. An exciting finish sure to come. Lexington leads Pittsburgh 13-7. You're watching the SFLm on YouTube.
Presentation of the Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
Thanks, Curtis. Put your fours up in the chat.
Big thanks, of course, as always, APM Music as well. All of the great folks who helped the SFL broadcast continue to run. Here we go. 1 quarter left to play. As we said, we got the fours up in the chat, and we love seeing that, a tradition around here. Lexington to throw, pressure coming. Flowers has to get rid of it. West has to come back for it, and that's a big loss, and you can see the coach right there for Pittsburgh celebratory on the sidelines.
Wow. That play's kind of broken.
It was broken. There was pressure around the weak side, and then you've seen just great one-on-one coverage on West that time by Sammy Seatbelt. And, maybe we should say he was locked in.
Definitely. I mean, it wouldn't help that the ball was thrown behind him. He didn't come back for it. The momentum carried him towards the backfield. Got tackled by the line of scrimmage.
This Pittsburgh defense at times has been their best offense, and there it is again. Interception by R.C. Puff. Are you kidding me?
I want to see that again. What was that?
That was a turnover by Ethan Flowers, which we've not seen tonight.
Oh, wow.
That's just a great play by Puff. Read the quarterback's eyes, steps in front of the wayward pass, and comes up with a huge interception. I just got finished saying it too, Rochelle, that their defense had been their best offense. They give them another sign of life here in this game.
Yeah, Puff looked like a receiver out there. Our body was outstretched.
They could use him actually out there in a couple formations. Hey, we've seen stranger things before, haven't we?
Yes, definitely. Especially in the SFLm, they do all kinds of crazy stuff. Oh, nice pass.
Well, that's a nice play, and I think that you're starting to see they figured out Basilicus is comfortable with those screens right now, and it seems to be working for them. That's where some of the better passes and catches have come from.
When your cornerbacks are playing back and they're giving you all that space, why not? I mean, there was nobody over there.
Oh, yeah. Left all of that real estate wide open for someone like BB Belitz, who is a speedster anyway. And a 1st and 10 here at Pittsburgh. Again, showing signs of life. Their defense coming up huge. Now it's Lexington's defense who needs to come up and make the big stop. Delayed handoff. And this is a nice play. Look at this right here. A great run.
Check.
Yeah, Nemchik. Oh, my goodness. I'm telling you. Look at the blocking.
Nice block. Number 77 just laid it out there. Wow.
And then Nemchek, I'm telling you, the guy, he's going to break one of these free one of these. Maybe it's not tonight, maybe it is tonight, but I think we'll see a lot out of him in this season. He's got that speedy elusiveness, someone that I think a lot of people are going to have their eyes on as well. Future stars all out there tonight on the field, folks. SFLm action. 2nd and 2, 8:47 and counting. They give it to Blitz running right side and gets leveled, but not before getting the first down.
Yes, and they're using their run game, and it's working, Cam.
I love that you're right. They come back to it, Rochelle, which is a big point. We were so worried that they had abandoned it. And some things are just kind of obvious to see. Obviously, they wanted to test the waters. But this run game, that's been their bread and butter.
Oh,
and it's intercepted. Just everything you did not want to see if you're a Pittsburgh fan. If you're a Lexington
Casper
fan, though, it's the Casper the unfriendly ghost Haddock. Unfriendly for Pittsburgh. I said it earlier, and he's giving this team nightmares. The same play again, same formation, same throw. He read it
same
again.
catch.
Like a book. There you go. Same catch indeed.
I'd keep the ball away from Casper Haddock.
Yeah, I mean, what a great job. What a game by Haddock. I mean, making, player of the game potential here. And again, the Pittsburgh defense got the turnover they needed. Now Lexington's defense gets them the turnover. Seesaw game, back and forth, up and down.
Ooh.
Now look at that. A good job of the Pittsburgh defense stopping that run as well. Number 45 there for the Riverhogs on the stop.
Firm believer that defense wins games.
It's certainly it's been prevalent in this one. We talked about it, didn't we? How it would be such a big part in this game. We talked about defensive games, how much we enjoyed defensive game. No team tonight has been able to really break free. Flowers, a little bit off the mark there. Receiver might have got held up. That was West, the intended target.
I'm just glad to see that West is still healthy out there on the field.
Yeah, that was a scary moment when he went down early in this game. We've seen a couple of injuries around the league so far in week 1. And look at this, no ground game here, going all out. The throw to Flowers, and that is a pass of beauty and a great reception that time. Number 84, that is,
Cole.
Yeah, Cole coming up with a huge reception. Look at that.
Nice pass.
Oh, yeah, beautiful spiral. Great technique.
And things are getting excited again.
Oh, yeah, I think Flowers could really have a big season this year.
It's his first season as quarterback, so.
I know. Certainly a great coming out party, huh? Look at that. Handoff, catch him, 5 yards, and we talked about that. That's what we, first down, you get 5 yards plus, you can't go wrong there. Great offensive line.
I guess if you're Lexington now, you want to slow the game down. You want to eat clock. Use your backs.
6:56 and counting in this fourth quarter. And look at that. Absolutely bowling over defenders is the running back, number 25, Dion James. And between them two, they've made it tough on Pittsburgh tonight.
Well, if you can't see their number, you really can't tell them apart. They're both 6'2". They both weigh about 220, 25 pounds. They look like the same person on the field till you see the number.
3rd and inches. That's catch him. This spins out of a tackle, and he almost broke one free there. First down. The drive continues, and more importantly for Lexington, the clock continues to run.
Yep, and Lexington's going to the ground and pound. I love it.
Perfect time for it, too, huh?
And I say they come out with a bunch formation after I say that. Okay.
That classic commentator's curse, Rochelle. We've never been able to.
Oh, they're still
it.
running.
But there you go. There you go. They keep it on the ground. Turning forward is James. He doesn't get much back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10.
That time he got caught behind his own blockers.
I'm telling you, that'll humble you every time, won't it? That commentator's, we joke, the commentator's curse, right?
Yes. Split backs again. Their favorite formation.
Lexington, pressure coming. The throw.
Ooh.
Oh, that was close to it. You know, he certainly had a bead on his intended target there. That one falls incomplete after a nice defensive play by Pittsburgh. And again, looking at Pittsburgh's defense here, the clock is stopped. They could get, you know, if they can get off of the field here, that could be huge.
And you're forcing Lexington to throw. Third and 10.
At this side of the field too, Rochelle, where field goals are certainly maybe not so much in the wheelhouse yet.
No. Quads formation.
West in motion.
Picked up by number 30.
Over the middle of the pass,
Oh,
complete to
short.
West. And it's going to be short, but you know what? Is that going to be field goal range?
Definitely.
We got an update as well. Bossier City leading Albuquerque, 31-24 with 5:24 left in the third. We'll come back to that. It's a 40-yard field goal attempt for Lexington to try to go up by 9. The kick, the
Good.
snap, the hold, it is good. 40
Now,
yards.
two things just happened here. Now you have a 2-score game. You have 5 minutes left. You're giving Pittsburgh the ball back. You get a defensive stop. And you bring your offense back on the field. And you run clock.
And guess what Lexington just said, Rochelle? We've got a kicker who can kick it from 40 yards. Watch out. Look at this. A nice return that time. Looked like it was going to be big for Kenny Slider, who they put him back there running these kicks back. But really, that's big for Lexington. We talk about the kicker development. You know, you can got one that can kick from 40 yards. We may see that come into play a couple times this season.
And it's not a closed stadium either. He's kicking out in the elements.
Real quickly, we'll mention Bossier City, again, 31-24 over Albuquerque. 5.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Rookie quarterback Silas Christensen in his debut game, 308 passing yards, and now a rushing touchdown. Have a day, Mr. Christensen. What a game. Yeah, what players we've seen already in week 1. It's been great. Woo! Basilica somehow avoids the sack and gets away with one of his better passes of the night, complete to Samaj Sims.
That's a big target out there, but actually they got a lot of big targets. They have Sims at 6'5", Bobby at 6'7". They got some big targets out there on the field.
Some contact there as well. You could see they were very physical up to that point. So a nice contested catch indeed. Now I think, you know, urgency, you want to see it pick up here.
Definitely. You only have 4 minutes left. You're down by 2 scores now.
Ooh, nice. He's hit. I mean,
and who is it?
Absolutely clobbered by guess who?
The friendly ghost.
The unfriendly ghost, Casper Haddock. Unfriendly to our friend here, Mr. Angel Vasilikis. Look at that, 11 of 31, 97 yards, 3 INTs. A difficult debut for the young man. Of course, not every day will be like that, but week 1 certainly has been tough on him. Good learning curves, right? Oh, that was nice. Creeder with the reception.
Okay.
This replay, Rochelle, what do you see here?
That's at the middle of the field. And just a nice throw.
That middle of the field really could be something that could be used for them to focus on for Vasilikis. When he's went to the sidelines, he's not had as much success, but out of the screen formation and in the middle of the field, we've seen him be much more effective.
Yep. Let's see what they do here. Taking their time, though. I'm surprised.
A slider in motion.
Oh,
Ooh.
no.
Yeah, 3 different orange defenders had a chance at that one. Instead, it falls incomplete.
He threw the ball right in the middle of all 3 of them.
Yeah, that was scary. I think a couple of fans, and including ourselves here in the broadcast booth, kind of waiting on bated breath to see what would happen there. But that's learning bumps, that's learning curves. That'll happen with developmental young players. You got to get through it. Vasilikis, and see, that's the thing about it. To Creeder, again, you know, you'll have that. Young players like that still honing their craft. Not every play is going to be gold. But take a look at that. Great resiliency to come back with a beautiful throw.
Not even a contract player out there. That's just a generic wide receiver on their roster.
Yeah. And actually finding some chemistry with Creeder late in this game. How about that?
Maybe you should sign him up and offer him some money.
Might see him as part of the roster next week. Basilicus again to throw.
Oh,
Pressure
no.
coming. No, he didn't feel the pressure. That's something that he'll learn too coming around on that weak side. He'll get more honed in on that. No huddle, 2nd and 15. That time he gets rid of it quick. That's really the only thing he could do. That pass is incomplete. And take a look at that. The defender there gets up saying, no way, that's Mike Bird. He has had him locked down all day.
Yep.
Orange Crush, that's what we called it early on, and so far it has stuck. They have been pulverizing for this Pittsburgh offense for the most part tonight. They do have a drive going here, 3rd and 15. Definitely, you think 4-down territory, down by, this late in the game, down by 9, right?
8.
The throw, the pass is complete. Yep, a nice little completion. Short indeed, but, I think you got to go for it here.
I would think so too. I mean, what do you have to lose? Yeah, they're going to kick a field goal.
Okay,
well,
so
that helps.
Takeda Yuki, 35-yard attempt, very much capable in that vicinity. The kick is up. That's a pretty kick. And it's good. That makes it a 1-score game. And folks, this ain't over yet.
Now, if you're Pittsburgh, you can come out and you make a big defensive stop and get the ball back into your offensive hands.
That's something.
Be the last one to score.
That's something they've been able to do, right? We've seen them make some good stops, tonight. So this game's still very much in the balance. Still, Pittsburgh finds a way to continue to claw, keep their foot in the door, if you will. What will Lexington do? This one is fielded by Alexander West. Stays on his feet. Out to the 37. Again, good field position. That's about where the average has been tonight, right around the 35-yard line.
Yep, and we're playing our favorite part of the field.
If there's any bit of the field left.
I mean, look at that. They tore it to shreds.
It sure has. Field crew's going to have to get a raise.
You can barely see the emblem of the guard line. It's kind of been washed away.
The logo is non-existent, isn't it?
Basically.
This has been fun, folks, and I got to tell you, this game still hangs in the balance. This is going to be a good ending. 1st and 10 ball on the 37-yard line. They give it to Ace Ketchum, and
wow.
Spin move. I think if he had run straight ahead, they may would have had a tough time catching him. He thought about the defender coming up there, and he gets wrapped up, but not before 1st down.
I mean, I think he just spun it a little bit too early.
Hit the spin cycle a little too soon, didn't he?
He just kept running straight. He probably would have broke that one.
Well, he's
got 83 yards. I didn't think that.
That's so impressive. And he's done it very quiet, very methodical. Clock running. 1st and 10. 2:22 and counting. Okay. Flowers to throw. Ooh, he had his man wide. It bounced off the hands of the intended target. That was Parrish once again.
Yep, so the connection didn't work that time.
And Flowers delivered that one, didn't he? I mean, it looked like he put it right there, just not able to come down with it.
TJ Parrish is not happy in the chat. He wants that one back.
So 2nd down, the clock does stop as well. Alexander West in motion. Keep an eye as he comes down to the bottom of the screen. It is picked up there, as you can see, by Pittsburgh. They keep it on the ground with Ketchum, who has somehow weaves his way through, and he gets 3. And unfortunately, though, I believe he did get pushed out of bounds, so the clock again will stop.
Yeah, if you're Lexington, you don't want the clock to stop.
No, you're wanting to stay, keep it between the lines, right?
I mean, they have 3 timeouts, and now they have the 2-minute warning also.
And a big stop potentially. The crowd on their feet, folks. The Steel City comes alive.
They run, I'm surprised.
Handoff, and it's close. It's not going to be enough. A good tackle that time by Zion Waddles. 4th and 1. That brings us to a 2-minute warning. This game is not over. Can our hearts take it? I don't know. We'll be back in just a moment. You're listening and watching the SFLm on YouTube.
What? They're going for it.
Oh my goodness, 4th and 1, and you talk about gutsy. This could be the game if Lexington converts. And there
they
it is.
do.
Catch them. The guts. The first down.
Oh my God. I thought for sure they were going to punt here.
I'm telling you, we have seen a lot of very brazen calls all throughout. You know, I had a chance to call the Philadelphia and Chicago game earlier. We've seen plays such as that happen. You know, things that you thought, you know, the field goal and the kicking unit would be coming out for the punting team. No, stayed right in there and went for it. That's going to be a new trend this season, looks like. They keep it with Ketchum. First down. Pittsburgh burning all the timeouts.
Yeah, if you're Lexington, you're in great shape right now.
I got to laugh at myself. I said you're listening to the SFLm as if I'm on like radio or something. I caught myself doing that. I said, what? So I just got so excited. I tell you, this has been a heck of a game. 107 yards now for Ketchum, over the 100-yard mark.
Still running the ball.
Again, yeah. And they'll burn that final timeout, and now you will see probably the kneel downs.
I don't know if they can kneel it down quite yet.
Coming soon, we should say. Coming soon to a football field near you. Well, we got 143? Yeah, 143. My apologies. Yep. Well, you'll see them at least one more play here on the ground.
They get this first, and that's, you know, look at
There it
Ketchum.
is. To the 10,
Wow.
to the 5. And the clock continues to run.
Now you might see the kneel downs.
What a game. I mean, really, what more can be said? How much fun has this been tonight?
Look at those blocks.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta love it.
That run game is going to be dangerous for Lexington. I think they've put the league on notice today, just to be honest with you.
I'm broken. Why fix it? Here's the victory formation you've been asking for.
There we go. Victory formation for Lexington. But, folks, we got to extend a good game to both of these teams because they never did quit, did they?
Definitely not. And Pittsburgh defense kept them in this game the whole entire game.
Not perfect by any means, but at the same time, they stayed in it. Both teams clawed their way to, good defensive plays on both sides. We've seen spurts of offense from both. Obviously, Lexington's offense, doing a little bit better this evening. Vasilikis and company for Pittsburgh, they'll regroup. They'll get stronger. Lexington with the upper hand tonight. But it's been fun as we count this down. 30 seconds to go. One more kneel down.
That'll do it.
And that'll do it. Lexington, who last season, we mentioned, just had 2 wins on the season. They start out strong tonight. A big victory for the Lexington Miners. They chip away at this one, and they come away victorious with a score of 16-10. Rochelle, final thoughts, player of the game. What do you think?
That's a tricky one. I mean, you have Casper Haddock, you have Ace Ketchum, you have Ethan Flowers, who had a good game, you have CJ Parrish, who had a great game. It's very tough. I'm going to go defense. I'm going to go Casper Haddock.
Absolutely. A big game by Casper Haddock. And Lexington coming away with the victory. We take a look at the stats. I had a great time, my friend. I hope everyone watching did as well. Just all around fun. We know the big game, the SFL championship game coming up tomorrow. A great weekend of football here. Folks, if you have an opportunity to check out the finish between Albuquerque and Bossier City as Bossier City leads 31-24. 9 minutes left in the fourth. For Cameron Irvine doing production tonight and my partner Rochelle Colston, my name is Cameron Duty. It has been a pleasure. Congratulations to Lexington. We will see you next time. You have been watching the SFLm on YouTube. Have a good night.
And everybody.